Hey, good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Central Valley Electric Cooperative, Leah Boone back with us. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Mike.
How are you?
I'm great. I hear you're not so good.
I'm improving.
I'm glad to hear
Yeah,
that.
today's the first day that I felt better than yesterday.
Oh,
So that's good. I'm still wiped, I'm still tired. My
yeah.
head constantly hurts, but I'm not achy like I was days prior, and a little more energy than yesterday.
Oh,
So.
bless your heart. Well, we'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I got vaccinated, but and so that's why I'm lucky. I just have cold. I haven't really had chest bad, a little bit of coughing, but mostly my head. So,
Right.
and I smell. I don't smell much. I can smell a little bit. Like if it's
Sometimes
really
that can be
stinky,
beneficial.
yeah. If it's really stinky, I notice it. But if it's subtle, nah, I don't notice.
Wow. I hope you get that back.
I think I will. I think I will. It's
Good.
it's it's like I use a bottle of Thieves, the essential oils,
Yes.
as my tester because that's pretty pungent. So I open the bottle and I smell it, and I can smell it, but it's not strong like it was 2 weeks ago. Last time I
Yes.
smelled things. So
Oh, well, bummer.
yeah, how are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good,
Came
good,
came here today to talk about a position that we have open at CVE and to maybe make mention of our home energy audit again.
very good. Yeah, I know we talked, and then I wrote it down, and then COVID brain.
You have a good excuse. Don't worry about it.
Very good. So, one thing I do know is when folks work at CVE, they tend to stay there a while.
That's right.
That's just something that's always been a part of that because, it, like the company, the people that pay the bill every month are investors and part of the co-op. The employees themselves are very much a family, and yes, they work side by side on the lines or in the office or wherever,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a very family, just a good place to work for. People look out for each other. It's socialized, close knit. It's a family like environment for a company of that size. That's pretty unusual.
It is.
So
And as a matter of fact, the whole reason that we do have an opening is because somebody is retiring. And
that's what
so,
I figured.
yeah, and some folks inside the co-op, which is also a really cool advantage, get to try to move into those positions or apply to move into those positions of those that retire. So, we try to keep as many in-house as we can, but this opens up an opportunity for other people to apply now. So,
Very good.
yeah, we have a receptionist position open. It's also a cashier position. And this is literally the person that you see when you first walk into Central Valley Electric. This will be
Okay.
the eyes of the
Face
co-op
up.
from the front door. Yeah.
Very good. So I would imagine customer service skills very much in demand for this position.
Oh, absolutely. And not just in person, but really good greeting skills in person and on the phone.
Very good.
Yep.
So what about like the computer side, the Excel and Word and
Well,
all
you
that
would
stuff?
definitely have to be computer savvy. There's no doubt about that. The database that we operate with is something that's very individualized to Central Valley Electric, so it does
Okay.
require more personalized training than you can.
Proprietized
Yeah, you
software.
couldn't just go to a class and get that kind of training. So all of
Gotcha.
that is pretty much hands-on. If anybody does have any type of experience with an iView program or NISC, then that would
Okay.
definitely help. And a lot of utility providers use that, whether it be PVT, CVE, gas companies, water companies. A lot of people do use that type of database.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
And like you said, this is your foot in the door with
Right.
a great company, an entry level position, starting out here as the receptionist customer service person, and from there, it's up to you. You excel in the job, and maybe you go farther into marketing and things, or who knows?
That's right.
Maybe you find other
That's right.
other interests within CVE.
Very
So
trustworthy person is needed in this position because there will be the handling of money. Definitely people who enjoy speaking with other people and getting involved with people and the public. is definitely a requirement. I don't want to say that it's necessary for somebody to be Spanish speaking, but that's
But
always
helpful.
a bonus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that kind of makes the steps a little bit easier if you get a customer that calls in, or I guess say an owner, member owner,
Yes, a
who
member owner.
calls
As a
in,
matter of fact, that's in the job description.
would be a lot easier if you're able to converse with them in Spanish and save one more obstacle between you and the customer there.
That's right. That's right. We want to be able to communicate effectively with all of our customers and members.
Very good. And what's is it the typical office hours, like an 8 to 5 type?
It is. It is. And I think I've told you before, I mean, Central Valley Electric is a very disciplined place to work. So
Sure.
if you are looking for, a full-time position, it's 8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
And there might be occasional times, sometimes when our, if we do have a large outage going on, we do
Sure.
require some assistance from other people. And we do have dispatchers that take vacations. So, sometimes the receptionist or the cashiers will cover those shifts, which can be
Sure.
evening or weekend, because
That's extra money,
they
too.
operate with the same database and all the same equipment that the front desk folks do.
Okay. So there'll be familiarity there.
Yes. Yes.
Good
yes.
deal. And opportunity for more money for those that need it. And,
That's right.
And who knows, growth. And it's, I don't care where you work or whom you work for, the more skills, the more valuable, more tools you have in your belt, makes you more valuable and kind of lets you write your ticket a little
That's
bit.
right.
So,
Yeah. Excellent attention to detail is another one that our HR person is really looking forward to. This
Okay.
is something that whenever you're doing different types of work orders, any type of thing that you're entering into the computer has to be very, very accurate.
Very
So
good.
attention to detail is important. Being organized is extremely important, honest, trustworthy, all of those things. We have other simple items within the office to use too. We still have faxing opportunities, copiers, printers that need to be utilized, the cash drawers, the computers, the keyboards, calculator. If you know how to use a
Old school
calculator,
tilt
that's even
knowledge.
better. Yep.
I had one on my wrist calculator once. No, I'm just kidding.
You cheater. But all of the Microsoft programs too, we utilize quite a bit. So whether it be Windows, Excel, we do. I don't know that the ladies up front would have to do PowerPoint type things, but it certainly wouldn't hurt if you had all of
Sure.
those Microsoft type systems in your head. So that would be good.
At least the fundamentals. So,
Yes.
So if you ever come across it, you're not completely flying by.
Right. And one of the things too, I think, Mike, is a good reason that a lot of people are interested in working at CVE, and we've had several applications already, is that we do offer health insurance. We do have a 401k. We have paid time off for sick leave as well as for vacation. So, all of this, there's a lot of benefits that go along with working at a cooperative,
It's a real
especially
job.
CVE.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
real job, career, the type that you can help and support your family with.
That's right.
Especially with the benefits and all that come with it. That's y'all's investment back into that person.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's great.
Yeah.
So get the best way is probably go to the CV Co-op website and apply.
Yes, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. So at
Okay.
cvecoop.org, you can go to the careers section, click on that, and that's the only job opening posted right now is the receptionist and cashier. So there's no other postings. And then you would just apply online, or you can click on it and then you can print it out and fill it out and then bring it to the office or mail it in, whatever is best. You can also come to the office at 1403 North 13th Street in Artesia and apply in person. That doesn't mean that you're going to get an interview right on spot, but you can fill it out in person and leave it with the folks at the front desk.
Yes, and of course, in case you're not aware, the position is at the main office there in
Yes.
Artesia on 13th.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Yep, right when
just
you
in
walk
case.
in the front door of the headquarters.
Yeah, it's real. Matter of fact, if you like, because I did the commute from Roswell to Artesia for a few
A
years.
while, yeah.
8 to be exact.
Wow.
But yeah, if you're on 13th, you can take 13th right from 285 there and shoot right in without getting into the meat of town there.
That's true. And we do have folks that communicate. We have a few employees from Roswell that work in Artesia, and then some that work here in Roswell.
Very
So
good.
yeah, it's commuting is, if that's okay with somebody, then and they don't mind making that drive, then they can certainly apply too.
That it's good therapy, depending on when you have to do that drive.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
And I used to have to do it early, so it wasn't. I even beat the oil field traffic,
Oh
and
yeah.
so it was kind of nice, cathartic.
You were probably on the road at 4 a.m.
Yeah, it was early
Yeah.
because I had to be at the office at like 5:30, 6.
Yeah.
So I left at like 4:30.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, not anymore though.
Good for you.
This morning I slept. I got up at 6:30 and walked 12 feet to my computer.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, I could see a big picture of you right across from me.
Big flat mic.
Yeah.
We
that's
call him
really
BFM.
cool. Well, I like that. That's cool. I'd rather
He's not
see
at
you
all.
here in person, but this is not bad.
Well, if CVE needs BFM for anything,
Okay.
he's available.
Okay. Thanks.
I can't imagine what you would want him for. But
we
he's
might
available.
need you for if we get to have a member appreciation event this year.
There
Set
you
you
go.
up in the lobby.
That'll keep the riffraff out.
Yeah. I think the cardboard cutouts are a great idea.
Yeah, we had fun with that with the historical society and all
Uh-huh.
that. So that was just one of the things that came out of it. So,
Yeah, I like it.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying
Or-
I like it. It's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. So, not only do we have the receptionist position here for folks that are looking for employment, but like you said, the home energy audit. You guys are now taking more, I guess, reservations to get that done if you haven't had one done, and you're a
are.
CVE member, of course.
We are, and we had we did a bunch at the end of last year and then earlier this year, and maybe it's because it's summertime or still kind of hot outside. I'm not sure, but the referrals have been a little more minimized, and we'd like to get that back up in numbers and make sure that our green metal energy folks can take care of folks before the fall, before the winter. Not that they won't work throughout the fall and winter, but it never hurts to get ahead of the game, especially when it comes to cold weather.
Well,
So,
we know. We
yeah.
know, and especially when it comes to the air side,
Yeah.
heating and cooling, it never breaks down at a convenient time.
No.
It just doesn't. So to have this home energy audit, they'll come through and make sure your doors are sealed, make sure the vents are done, and all that, and obviously take a look at those things to make sure they're working. But if it's minute stuff, sealing, just sealing in something, they do that right then and there.
Regardless. Yep.
But if it's something bigger, then they can let you know and get the ball rolling to rectify that.
That's right. So they start off with doing a blower door test, and I'm not sure that everybody knows what that is. I didn't know what it was until we first started doing these programs. But they pressurize your house to see where you're losing air, and they can detect that from an infrared system. And they have a pretty high-tech computer system that they enter all this information, and it tells them what they need to do to get that the pressures into a range that's better for the home, that's going to be energy efficient. So they do pre-test and post-test to make sure that they've made a difference in what happened with that pressure.
Yeah, and it's pretty quick, easy, painless. I mean, it takes. I had one done maybe 2 years ago, an hour and a half. It was in and out quick. They were.
Yep.
It was a crew of like 3, and it was like a well orchestrated, choreographed event.
They are, yep.
Yeah.
We have also the duct blaster test. That's something that they go in and check your ductwork. So if your ductwork is accessible in your attic or below your house, they can also check all of that to make sure that you don't have any penetrations within your ductwork. And if you
Okay.
do, and again, if it's minor, they can repair that for
Patch it
you.
or- Yeah, it's really quite impressive what they do too. And then of course with like you said, the fall, winter, the cooler months coming, they make sure your pipes and stuff under your sinks
Yep.
are insulated and good to go, so you don't have to worry about freezing pipes as much.
Yes,
with
and
some
they
of
will
those,
check
depending
your
on
water
the weather.
heater too to make sure that it's well insulated.
Very good.
Yeah, it's an amazing group of folks. We're thrilled to be working with them, and They do have their primary headquarters is in Fort Worth area, but
Okay.
they do have a team of people who work in Chaves County, Eddy County. So it's
Okay.
you don't have to wait long. If we make a referral these days, it takes about, if it's not the same day, it's within a week.
Oh, wow. So quick turnaround.
Yep, really quick turnaround.
And the best news for CVE members, completely free.
It's
They'll do it for you.
free, no cost. However you want to phrase that, it's no expense to the member.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, obviously, if they say your air conditioner's shot, we need to replace it, they ain't giving out free AC.
No,
But
no, we have a
they'll-
maximum budget for each household. Really, regardless of the size. So it just depends on, if there's something beyond that budget that they can't repair, then they're just going to be very upfront with us as well as the homeowner. So,
Sure. Absolutely. And since we're talking home energy real quick, I do want to, throw the plug in. If you're looking for different ways for heating and cooling your home and things, CVE's always been kind of a example for the geothermal
Right.
system. The CVE headquarters there, if you're applying for a job, check it out while you're there.
that's true. It's very interesting.
Yeah, but it uses the earth to heat and cool. It saves tons of money. It's more efficient. It's less. It's more green, cheaper in the long run,
Yes.
and more effective. And it checks all the boxes. It's like it's eco, but it's actually cost saving and more effective at the same. So it's a win-win for everyone.
It really is. And the other residential applications that we've helped people with are still up and running. They're doing great. They're saving people money. It's a very good investment if you can do it, especially up front when you're building a new home.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're thinking about that stuff and kind of wanting some information examples, please, CVE is a resource for you.
That's right.
And they could probably been put you in touch with the folks that do that kind of stuff too.
Oh yeah, and we'll go over any type of rebates that are in place for geothermal as well as any air source heat pumps. And right now, that's what our program includes: our air source heat pumps. But they do have some different ratings that we require for the rebate. That doesn't mean you can't do what you want, but
Sure.
to get the rebate, we do have certain requirements and measurements for how much heating and cooling can be saved.
Yeah, I understand the Tim the Tool Man philosophy. It's like more is better.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to argue with you. You're right. But with AC and heating and overkill can be bad too.
It can. You're right, and we've actually seen that happen a few times, and we hate that those things do happen, but it's really a good idea maybe to get a second opinion if something
Sure.
doesn't seem quite right. And I think that there are tons of people in the Carlsbad too, Carlsbad and Artesia, and then also Chaves County. I know there's people who all kinds of equipment providers. You have lots of choices.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, definitely ask around and all that too. And like you said, as far as equipment, even like hot water heaters and things, if you want energy efficient, discounted, CV has selections of those. They can help with all that stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah, we sell the Rheem Marathon water heaters.
Okay.
And they have the extra insulation. They have a titanium and a copper heating element, top and a bottom. And they come with a 5 to 6 year warranty on the parts. We're still a little unclear about that because we're due to have a meeting with our provider. So hopefully we'll get that clarified soon, but at least 5 years. And then if you get it registered within 90 days of purchase, you can get a lifetime warranty on the tank.
nice.
Yeah, super
Well,
nice.
If you're new to Southeast New Mexico, first off, welcome. But for those who've been here a while, and whatever lifespan they give you on a hot water heater, but I've seen some as 25 years. Here in Southeast New Mexico, throw that out the window.
Yeah.
You will never get a full shelf life here because our water's just so hard,
Right.
and it's brutal on them. If you get 60 to 70% of that life, you're doing pretty good.
Well, and we do recommend soft water systems being in place, especially in some areas
Sure.
where we know that the water is hard, because that will help the breakdown of the
It
water
will.
heater. Hmm.
But sometimes our water's so hard it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does matter, but what we would call soft is still very hard in other circles.
Very true. Very true. I can tell a difference because we have a water softener, and I can tell a difference when I go to my mom's or my sister's, and the water is just different.
Yeah, I grew up. My family, my dad, my grandfather, and it went on to my uncle. They had a company in upstate New York called Beacon Water Equipment Company, and they still do. And that's what they do is water softeners and water treatment, and that's their thing. So I grew up water softeners in the house and all that, and knowing all about. I used to help my grandfather build the water softeners and put the resin and all that together. So
Oh, wow.
so I have very, very limited knowledge of that stuff.
Doesn't sound like that you do.
Yeah. I know just enough to be dangerous.
Oh, okay.
Like many of the other aspects of my life.
Right. Well, we all do that. We all stick our hands in different pots.
This is true. While we got you here,
Yes.
how was as far as apps and things, and I know you, like over the past year there's been a few scammers and things like that. Any of that kind of stuff going on right now that we need to raise the flag on for people?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because I thought we had it kind of tamed and not under control necessarily, but that one of our situations had gone to the wayside. But last week I had a fellow bring in a postcard, and on that postcard it said CVE on it. It didn't say Central Valley Electric Cooperative, but it said CVE. So again, it's kind of misleading. Sure. And it was a company that was trying to encourage people to consider solar and offering benefits and offering incentives and things like that. And he actually was considering solar and came in our office and asked about what are these incentives? And I explained to him that was not us. And, if you look at the very fine print, it does say that they're located somewhere in, I don't know, Boston, maybe, just for lack of a,
you
better.
gotta be careful.
I know.
People are sneaky.
I know. Yeah. So, but they put real big bold letters, CVE. So I just don't, people get really creative with those kinds of things. And we have seen that postcard before. And so I pointed it out that, this is not in the state of New Mexico, and this is, certainly not our co-op. So, but.
Well, and that gentleman did the right thing.
Yes.
If you get anything in the mail or email or whatever that looks like it's from CVE and it's offering some kind of rebate or program or discount or something,
right,
ease of something, and it looks suspect, even if it doesn't look, don't hesitate.
Yes.
Call CVE.
Yes.
Call the office. And they'll be happy to get you straight on it. It's like, no, that's us, or no, that's not us.
And that is very true. And we do have sometimes communication barriers with people who are calling outside of the co-op to different members' homes. And believe you me, we do not give out any private information. We don't give out addresses. We don't give out phone numbers. So how people get these phone numbers of people, I have no idea. But we do have people that call our members, and as well as probably XL customers too, and identify themselves as being with a certain company. And then because of language or communication issues, they don't always understand what's going on. Yeah. So we do get some calls from some of our members that have questions about, well, why is this person calling me if they're not one of your people? And, 9 times out of 10, they're not involved with CVE. So
sure. Well, just a good rule of thumb, general. If people are trying to get you to pay for things via gift cards or money orders or anything like that, 9 times out of 10, it's shady.
Exactly.
99.9% of the time.
Well, and we don't take payments over the phone, period. We have our Smart Hub program, which you've helped me discuss with the communities before. And that is the secure way of making payments, the secure way of managing your usage and looking at what you use. And it's, we try to make sure that everything is done securely and safely.
Absolutely. And like I said, if anything doesn't pass the smell test for you, don't hesitate to call CVE, and they'll get you straight.
That's right. And if somebody doesn't know what the answer is, they'll find it. And we get a lot of calls like that. So
yeah, and you're actually helping CVE too, because you guys want to be aware of,
that's right,
of what people are putting out there and what so you can go on your end and try to mitigate some of that stuff.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. Is there anything else we wanted to cover that we forgot or skipped over?
I do need to alert our communities that today is a peak day that's been called by our wholesale power provider. This will be our 6th one for the year. I think they can call up to 10.
Okay.
So today, between the hours of 4 p.m. and 6 p.m., we ask that everybody try to beat the peak, if you will. And that's just an opportunity for us to save on energy during that time. So, things that you could do are be sure to turn off your lights that you're not using at that time, turn off any equipment that you're not using, maybe turn that air conditioner up a few notches just to keep you comfortable for a couple of hours.
Sure.
And don't turn on your ovens. Try not to do any laundry during that time, and that will help measure what our energy purchases look like in the future. Therefore, that helps with our rate design, and then it helps with the rates for our customers. So if you can beat that peak and just cut back on using power from 4 to 6 today, we would greatly appreciate it.
Well, obviously, I think today's one of those days that they're calling for temps either at or near 100. I imagine Eddy County is probably going to hit the 100. We're going to be right about at it.
Well, and our wholesale power provider is located in Oklahoma. We actually have 2, but they seem to always be aware of the hotter days. So they usually they call it right on those days where it's going to hit 100.
Yeah. So even if you're not a Central Valley Electric member,
right?
Still probably a good idea.
It is.
It is. Conserve that power a little bit.
We're all part of the Southwest Power Pool. So
it's all connected.
It is all connected. So it's right. Any customer or any member, anybody that receives electric services should conserve all the time, but today especially between 4 and 6.
Yeah. Go read a book for 2 hours.
Yeah. Do something. Grill outside if you have a pretty strict dinner regimen. Go do something fun.
Go.
Yeah. But I think that's it. I can give out our phone number again. It's 575-746-3571. Our website is www.cvecoop.org. And we do have a direct email opportunity. If you have a question, if you don't feel comfortable giving us a call, you can send us an email via our website and member services.
There we go. And of course, you can always like and follow Central Valley Electric Cooperative on Facebook.
That's right.
You might want to type in all of that. There's some, just don't do CVE. You could probably find it, but there's some stuff that's close to that might confuse you.
And we are Central Valley Electric in the state of New Mexico, not Central New Mexico. That happens a time or two, but we did put some information on Facebook today in regard to ways to save and beat that peak. So
yeah, absolutely. So, and of
check
course,
it out.
If you need any help with any questions about anything, if you want to learn more about the geothermal or any of that stuff, and certainly if you're looking for a career, here's a chance to start in as a receptionist for your basically the front lines for customer service for CVE right now. Apply online, cvecoop.org.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Well, and thank you, Mike. And I sure hope you get better and better.
Well, thank you. I think today's the first day I'm feeling optimistic.
I'm glad. I'm glad, and hope to see you in person soon.
I should be. If all goes according to plan, this is my last week here.
Okay, good.
So, awesome. Well, thank you, Leah. We'll see you next time.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, take care.
Okay, thank you.